So good evening, สวัสดีครับอาจารย์ Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So our group is IKEA, and the purpose we decided to put this company because we really want to study more about many perspectives of IKEA and map it with the HR concept and to see whether there are any rationale behind each of the elements of the action or decision that IKEA makes to the HR system. So we go by each. So I think most of the people already know IKEA. We have 2 stores in Thailand, and IKEA is really famous on their products because their products are really furniture that you really have to self-structure it, and you can really easily get it in the raw material and you structure it at home. And also IKEA has really famous on the way that the design, some of the interesting design of this of furniture, which is really unique. Some of the furniture is pretty innovative in somehow. So with that, on the perspective that we could see from the products that they offer, it's actually linked to what they already mentioned on the ideas of their business. So they are quite trying to offer the products that offer the low price affordable for people. So that's why the design comes into that simplicity. And with that, legend from Sweden culture. So most of the culture then the products itself where customers feel and as well as people originally in Sweden for the company, they're probably more on the people who focus on working and developing something down to earth. So live in the contact with the nature. So you use material and try to maximize the use of it. That's also related to the way that they define or espouse value. So these are really model key values, and if we have a look at it, it's really linked to what they design in the products, right? So they value on the simplicity in their company. So if you really see that employees, when they design, come up with new initiatives for the furniture, they have to get into focus on simplicity and cost conscientiousness. So the cost has to be really low on the cost as well as the design product. Whenever they come up with a new furniture, it has to be simple. And as well as they also have other values like caring for the planet, which is really related to what they really believe in their culture. And also the different in meaning and the renewing their improvement when they come up with a new furniture, right? So they try out to come up with something different. So you might see different tables which you found nowhere. And also you can see that sometimes they change their styles of the furniture because employees, they share the value that if the product is not doing very well, they have to change the design. Sometimes the product really cause some injuries to the customer, so they have to really improve it. And they also highlight on the key diversity, on the togetherness, and give and take responsibility which be on empowerment, so that they believe that people are going to come up with more ideas if they are pretty diversity in here. Some of the concern may be sometimes that we go to the stores or sometimes we do operational stuff. Even though they mention that they care for people, but some not care for nature. If you go to IKEA Bangna sometimes, you see that their employees are still wasting a lot of their papers. Like sometimes they don't really keep things as tidy. They seem to just use the paper just only without maximization the use of it. They throw it away. They did not keep it really clean. So whether that could be something that we really to set it at impact, whether it actually they are really care in their belief or not. So one of the first concept that we already learned in this course is about job planning, job design, job analysis, right? Analysis and come up with a design. So IKEA is actually, because I know people who work in IKEA, they have the job system contains all the job levels and the job position defined by tasks. And the company has been 70 years, so they have everything in the database. Now, recently there was really interesting case about their job analysis and redesign based on business needs. So there was a complaint that when you go to the IKEA stores, you may not find some of their co-workers and employees to ask for assistance, and the customer complain about employees not available to support. So they think that because the job design that they do it previously might not be that correct, so they pilot in USA. They come with a new job design. Rather than from employees being department centric, they want them to be customer centric. I could share this. This is the way that they change department centric to customer centric. They want the customers to be able to interact with the employees, to interact with customer really often. So they change some of the job desire sales employees into two types, active and passive sellers. They also combine every of the employees in every functions which really serve customer to be just only one single customer service department. So you see that new job design really could happen from realizing on how to solve this problem and then come up with the solutions on coming with a new based way to really make the overall strategy interaction. Based on this design, things will happen. So when they redesign this, right, when the job design change, job analysis, job description change. So job description change will result to everything. Firstly, they will result to organization structure change. Some employees will have to really learn new skills, like less strong employees, they have to learn to do for the cashiers. Also on the pay scale, because some employees, right, they become just only passive sellers, they don't need a customer, so pay rate was lower. That's going to be some concern that happens to this model. And also some understaffing and high turnover unexpectedly, because some of the employees, right, who are sales employees, they want to be active sellers. So active sellers, they have more incentive. This passive seller has less. So more people want to be the passive seller. So people turnover is very high. You are understaffed. That could still happen. So you can see now that job analysis, job design really can happen based on the organization direction and strategy.
IKEA's strategy is they are value-driven company and they want their potential employees to have a certain characteristic because they did not focus on specific experience or qualification. They want their applicants to be down to earth and must have a good sense of humor. They want people who can go along with others easily, and because IKEA treats its members as family members. As you can see the glimpse of how the company on the website. You can see how the workplace feels like. They are broadcasting their IKEA culture and key values. And in the image above, you can see the Swedish fika culture. Fika in Swedish means like take a coffee break, take a coffee. So during this time, you can actually communicate with your other people in the environment, in the company. So this gives a friendly atmosphere. The image below shows the diversification, which is their strength, which my colleague has said earlier. And they want you to feel free. They want people around you to feel the same way. So by this, you can contribute as a single unit. And the career at IKEA, they support you to develop personally and professionally, so you can create your own IKEA journey. You can take on to any responsibility you want. You can move to a different function, or you can move to a different IKEA company entirely. Or maybe you can move to IKEA development center, hub stores, or even a supplier in a different part of the world. This is all possible because of the value chain. The recruitment channels, they're internal and external. For the internal, the employees they get the opportunity to change their roles or transfer to over a different location. And further down the presentation, you will see how IKEA has this development program which assists them to climb the ladder. And the external is basically they use the website where you can drop in your resume regarding the job that you are trying to find, and you can just submit via their website or even including LinkedIn. And another recruitment channel externally they use in Australia was they had this ingenious strategy where they used career instruction leaflet, which they put inside the package. So what they did was, because the customers, they believe that loyal customers are the people who are the best candidate. So even though the people who bought were not interested in the job, but they could suggest this opportunity to their family members or friends. The result of this was that they were able to receive 280 employees without any cost. So the selection process. There are 3 stages. So the first one is the center assessment center, where they choose 10 people from the selection, and they give them tasks individually, and then where they can see and learn about the employee. And the second one is, after you pass this, there'll be 2 or 3 people who are selected for the second round, which is a personal interview, where they will be getting an interview from the future manager, and they can ask anything about the candidate can ask anything about the future expectation from the company. And finally is the personal interview with the manager, with the boss of managers. So over here, they want to see, the boss can see what is the candidate's expectation with the company and what is his motivations towards the company. And how IKEA selects the candidate is they want the candidate to fit with IKEA's key values, which my friend has already mentioned earlier, and share business motivations and candidates with skills and capabilities. And in 2017, in Russia, IKEA used robot Vera as a system to recruit candidates, because it increased the performance by about 10 times as how humans normally do.
Right. So in terms of performance management, right, when we look into this aspect of the company, we found that it's very compatible to the concept that we have covered previously in the class. So we can match that the approach of IKEA with these 6 steps. So first, define performance outcome for company, division, and department. We found that IKEA really tried their best to link their strategy into their desired outcome or goal. With this, they also incorporate employee input in their goal setting as well, and then they will represent their goal and their desired outcome with balanced scorecard. Then they will translate the company or divisional goal into each employee goals and behaviors. For example, employee that working around learning and growth, there will be the KPI would be around the number of people receiving trainings or executive replacement or worker promotions. In terms of business process, they will look into the number of return, complaint, defective product, or the development of new product, which will be representing the quality or optimization of their supply chain. Next, for those employees who are market-facing resources, their performance will be measured by the number of new customers, number of new suppliers, or the amount of donations. And lastly, people the management will be monitoring the financial ratio in order to understand their financial performance as well. So in step 3, there will be a one-on-one discussion for management in order to review employees' behavior, progress of the goal, and also provide necessary support to employees. This will take place every 6 months. Because IKEA is a big company, so they have a different level for performance evaluation. For example, at individual level, they will use subjective evaluation or 360-degree feedback. At team or divisional level, they will use competency skill review or relative evaluation. And at global level, they will have a co-worker survey and benchmarking tool to ensure consistencies and comparability between different locations globally. Step 5, after evaluation of performance results come out, then they will identify improvement needed for each employee. For those high performers, they will given career opportunities or work on their personal development goal, while those underperformers will be tasked to develop their action plan. Alternatively, they may be moved to another position that better fit with their capability. And lastly, the performance result will impact their incentives as well in terms of our financial reward like bonus and non-financial reward like career opportunities.
And next is about the learnings and development, because the goals of the business is that the people also grow with the business. So they focus on the learning and development. First is that we have a common training sections we call onboarding, which is in the method of the classroom, and also for the on-job training, which is introductions of the newcomer or the co-worker to work on a new specific job. And we have a training sessions, which is called a training pathway, and designed by the manager, co-worker, of course, because of involve the HR to really provide a functional training and also for the soft skill. And of course, those two are the training from the internal, and we can have a training from the external as well. And the employee can fully reimburse all the expense. Next, please. And we have also for the e-learning, which is through it by Skype. We have a leadership development, which is in the method of the classroom, and simulations to teach people to know how to move further and know how to be a good leadership. And they also have the apprenticeship in the period of 15 to 18 months. And in the development, the company fully supports the employee talent. And the main thing is that they will let the employee to constantly improving yourself, learning the new things. Yes, and the most common one is a development talk, which is a friendly meeting with your manager. You can see where you want to go, what you want to do next, and the manager can guide you how you can accomplish that. And since this is one of the benefits from the international organization, so you have an opportunity to develop yourself by working abroad, and all of the opportunity are equally to every employee. It is in your hands.
So the last part we have a look at the compensation and benefits. So compensation means that you compensate the employees by giving the cash. So actually, IKEA has a values on the cost constructionness, right? So they are really concerned about the cost. But it doesn't mean that the way they do it is only concerned about that. So what we found is that IKEA actually had a job system, and that job system had some salary scale with the confidentiality issue. I cannot show it here because it's very internal document. But the way that we found is that they benchmark the way that they provide salary and scale by having a look at the living wage. So even in US and in UK, they have a campaign that they benchmark on the studies on what will be the living wage, and then they provide sufficient salary for that employees. And as well as on the benefits, part of benefits is a compensation that you really provide the cash. So they have the way that they decide the benefits and sharing. So they really want to attract their employees by not only just giving the cash. So mostly they have the paid leaves, and also they also have the growth, as my friend mentioned. So you have the education assistance. You can reimburse the cost, and you have study leaves. And as well as they want to try to attract the employees to stay longer, they have some investment, financial, social, pension funds. And even in the local restaurants, right? So they want to really care. If you see the restaurant in the India, it's really simple, and then that's available for employee as well. And also they have the way that they offer service support, so they want to attract employees to stay long. Health matters, then definitely they looking at the priority schemes, public health, and order of the uniform parking with housing space. That's what they offer to the employees. So with this, we have a look at this, and we found that this really company that really has system in place. Though that there are some of the concerns of the way that they have really high turnover on their issues and also their value, because they expand so fast. Whether their employees are really demonstrating their behaviors as a copy of the value. With this, thank you.